Okay, Corinne, did you record that vote?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, next item.
Okay, I didn't get, I'm gonna be resounding no on that. I gave my reasons why.
Okay.
Okay, we heard. Number 9, vote to pay or not to pay Greg and Greg. So I make a motion to pay them what we owe them.
I second that.
I agree with that.
I'm in favor.
Eric wants to comment.
Okay, I do not agree with the charges related to discussions that you had concerning any board members and what you can legally do against them. And need further review of the materials before I agree to the charges.
You need further review.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so you saw the bill?
I did brief it.
Okay. What about the bill did you not agree with?
I need to understand what conferences you had concerning myself and why you felt that it was necessary to contact them about me.
The reason I felt we needed to contact them was because of all the issues we had regarding your duties as vice president. The other thing was if there were any questions concerning Associa or any of these other subjects, we could get those questions answered. In the process of that, Demra notified me that she was not able to answer the questions on Associa because apparently it was a conflict of interest. So, but a big part of it was really trying to clarify the roles and duties of the officers so that you were clear on what your duties were. That was for your portion. The rest of the charges on that bill were basically normal business that's needed for the marina. If you look at the bill, everything that they charged us for were very important to the marina. They charged us a lot less than David Pace. They gave us a very important ruling on the 209 Texas Code, which was needed. So if you look at the charges that are itemized on there, the only 2 charges on there that probably were incurred unnecessarily were when the previous president contacted them, and then a couple of times I guess you contacted them, which wasn't really necessary, but I'm okay with incurring those charges if everybody else is. But everything that they've charged us for is definitely legitimate, and I think we need to pay them what we owe them.
All right, so we're gonna pay him?
Yeah, I'd just say add that the board unanimously, as I recall,
That's correct.
voted to use Greg and Greg, and I don't think it was up to one person to make the decision if we don't use them anymore.
Yeah, I want to speak to that real quick here. So back in September, Eric, you also voted to use Greg and Greg, and I also agreed to use Legal Shield in conjunction with Greg and Greg. Greg and Greg charges a lot less than David Pace. They're an excellent law firm with a great reputation. The day after I went ahead and purchased Legal Shield, suddenly Greg and Greg said they no longer wanted to do business with us. So today I called Greg and Greg to ask them why they no longer wanted to do business with us. Come to find out, Eric had contacted Chris Gregg the very next day and emailed him, and basically continued to tell him that that he was gonna have some legal actions against Greg and Greg, and that I did not have the authority, apparently, to contact them and to conduct business. And so that's part of my reason I voted down the keeping you on as vice president, because I think any officer on the board who impedes business by voting for something and then going behind the board and harasses our vendors to go against the board, I think that's not becoming of an officer. I've got a list here of several people and entities that say you've harassed them or threatened them with lawsuits here. So I know from the very beginning, Brent Esther had conflicts with you. Said you were, combative. Jim Bierstecher, I spoke to him on the phone. He's a longtime I think he was a board member, but a long time member.
I think you should let them speak for
Okay.
themselves.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got,
We've already moved on from this.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I wanted to add
That's
to my
fine.
reason.
We've already moved
Don't
on
add.
to this, we don't need that
Okay.
discussion, in my opinion.
Okay, so we're done with the, we all agree to pay Greg and Greg.
Well, we haven't voted. We need to vote
Okay,
on it.
so who wants to make a motion on that?
Are you done, Eric? Did you want to talk anymore?
I appreciate you asking me. I mean, there's a further topic down at the end. I mean, that I did already solidify. It'll be a short dialogue because it's already on the agenda.
Okay.
But thank you anyway. I appreciate that.
All right, so we're gonna pay them?
Yes, I vote yes.
I vote
Well,
yes.
well, Kurt made a motion.
Mhm.
I seconded it.
Yes.
Yes.
And that'll again be no on my end.
Okay, item number 10, vote to pay or not to pay Associa. Sent out that as well, that invoice. Apparently, we owe money going back to, was it September of last year, or?
Oh, is that? Oh, I thought you meant that was the associate, so then we have duplicate on
This
that.
is, well, it's not really a duplicate, it's different associates.
We have two
Yeah, right.
associate
One is for the
subjects. here.
condos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is for the condos, they forgot to charge
Oh,
us.
okay, well, that's what I'd put on there too.
Okay, yeah, that's
So
it.
That would be 11.
I think 10, maybe 10 and 11 may be the same. Is
Oh,
that
okay.
right?
Are they? or are they
No,
They're
no, they're not.
Oh, okay.
They're
Okay,
separate.
concerning 10, that is, that's the lawsuit, associate
That's the
lawsuit.
Yeah, that's the lawsuit, right.
Yeah, that one there, anybody want to discuss that, because that's, actually, Eric, you have information on that, right? You say
I sure do.
it's not a legal, contract, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, they have done work for us, so I would say we probably owe them some money, but not what they're asking us. So I'm in agreement with getting Legal Shield to intervene with this, because Greg and Greg can't help us with it, because Associate is their client, and we're gonna terminate our deal with Basic. So that'd be an excellent thing for Legal Shield to help us with.
So what, do we have the amount?
Hey, Kurt, let's raise our hands and again, let's speak in order. Let's follow the guidelines.
Okay, Tony, do you need to speak on that?
No, not on this one, the next one I will.
Okay, go ahead, Eric.
Okay. Anyway, I did speak with my law firm. Excuse me. I did speak with my law firm regarding this, and like Kurt had indicated, there was no notarized signature to any alleged contracts, and if it was indeed a DocuSign online with no real signature, we don't know if there was one, and we don't know for certain who had signed the DocuSign. I mean, there's no way to validify that. No one is going to remember who did the DocuSign. Supposedly occurred at such a long time ago. And but my stance is that we hold off on paying them until we do further research with speaking with the law firm. Because there wasn't a notarized document or contract, rather.
True. I didn't like the signed documents. Shady dealings with all of it, so I'm in favor of not paying them at this moment.
Okay. I agree. I will definitely defer to you guys on that. I'm not as knowledgeable, but I would
But
agree
we
with
weren't
that.
part of that.
Yeah, it was before my time,
But I would say that's the most important aspect, is not having the notarized contract.
okay. Thanks.
What was the total on that, Eric?
I don't recollect.
12,000.
But either way,
Was it 12,000 or something? I heard that number somewhere.
Yeah.
I think,
$18.50 a month.
Are we still accruing with them?
I should have a contract or something like that.
Sure, I'm not sure where we're, I don't think, we're up to that point or whatever, when they send us a bill, I guess.
so, I agree with you, Jimmy, that they probably are owed some money for the work they did. What amount that would be? Do we want to shelve this for the next?
Yeah.
I say we move the table. That's
Should we assign somebody to work on it? I mean, to, either,
I've already spoken, we can do a conference call with Legal Shield. I've already spoken to my law firm. And there's not much of a legal standing that they have according to my attorney. So if they needed to investigate it further, I can definitely get on a conference call on that. So, but I also did speak with a past
Your
board
attorney?
member.
Or legal.
I think we should use our.
No,
attorney.
We keep
yes.
referring to
That's
your
what-
attorney.
No, I'm saying I use my own attorney,
That's what-
but again, the board will
Okay.
use
Is that what
preferably
we want
Legal
to do?
Shield to inquire this.
Yeah, I've got the account information to use Legal Shield. I'd kind of like you, Jimmy, to kind of check into this and find out what they did for us and see, do we feel like paying them anything at all, or just try to get out of paying them altogether? We've got the documents. I think I forwarded the documents to you, but if you want to contact Legal Shield maybe and head that up.
Most all the documents.
Now, another option is I was speaking with a past board member from 2 boards ago, and they indicated that their bookkeeping options were extremely inexpensive. I know it's a whole nother topic, but if we did, maybe we can have an agreement with them to do some bookkeeping. But from what I understand, we're not entirely happy with the price range of the current bookkeeper.
Yeah.
So if it's an option, we do decide to pay them, we can perhaps utilize them for something else, but not running the actual marina.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and table this, I guess, for the next. We all
but do
agree?
we wanna take those recommendations? Who would we talk to, an attorney, and get the attorney to reach out to them? Or would it be better for a board member to reach out to Socia and say, hey, here's the deal,
If we just-
I reached out to them and they sent, proposal, and in that email it said, what they wanted to get paid for up front, because I considered using them, but I got so much negative feedback from the condos and different stories I heard, I decided maybe we should discuss it. I don't think we should use them, at all, personally, just from the bad things I've heard. But I personally feel like if they did some work for us, we probably just need to pay them for whatever that work was. That's my take on it. Now, legally, if we can get out of the contract, I mean, that's up to us. Do we feel like we want to just, if it's a null and void contract, Legal Shield determined?
We need to have an attorney to get a settlement agreement.
Okay, so, anybody want to hit that up, Eric, or?
Or we can negotiate some terms with them if we decide to use them. If they've actually done work, I do agree, we should pay them. If there's actually has been some work they have done, but as it stands, they did not have a legitimate notarized contract. And, but from what, again, I understand that their services are extremely inexpensive. So, I mean, I would be okay with testing them out for bookkeeping.
This is associate?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but obviously not controlling contractors or things of that nature, because that's where the vice president of the condos indicated he had really poor, he was not allowed to do anything with it. They controlled the bank accounts, they controlled almost every aspect of the condos, so there wasn't any freedom to utilize inexpensive contractors and things of that nature. So I think that would be a good decision
Okay.
to think about.
And you say you're in favor of using their bookkeeping services?
Possibly. I say we look at it and see. It is extremely inexpensive,
Well,
well under $2,000.
Well, we'd hurt to look at it.
I
just
guess
to
we can
inquire.
look at it.
2 pages to go through here.
Yeah.
We can speed it up.
15 minutes. We
Let's
got
let's move.
15
I move the
minutes to wrap
table
up
that.
this
I move the
meeting.
table
We
that.
have been way too long into this meeting.
All right,
We're not
table
getting
that.
anything.
Okay,
done.
then let's table that and move to the next item then. Where are we at here?
This FYI, move the table does take I think it's a majority.
Okay, so 11, just take a
So we're gonna vote on that?
record on that.
When you move the table, yes, it's just a majority vote, and need a second.
Second?
Third.
All right, well that's majority. That's fine. Okay.
All right, next one is the amount that's past due for associate. Item number 11.
Yeah, so I actually sent this out, and I got it right here, so let me see if I can bring it up and show you guys real quick.
Don't mean to interrupt, but that's actually the